What's up, everyone? My name's Susie Q, and I just wanted to get on here and talk very candidly about my personal goals and just where my thought process is, my why. And so I started DDP yoga in March, and I got a little bit off track because I've got personal family responsibilities I've got to do. I'll take care of my father whenever he's home, and I've been really struggling with trying to get him well taken care of and everything, and he's dealing a lot with dementia right now and congestive heart failure, and me and my brother have been attempting to be his caregiver for quite a while now. He had a pretty bad car accident back in 2015, and we've been trying so hard to keep him here at the home and trying to figure out how to best make things safe for him. But this past year has been really a struggle because it seems like the dementia is getting a lot worse, and he has a hard time remembering, like what day it is. He's having trouble remembering what he was wanting to talk about. So with all that being said, it's really difficult, especially with his mobility issues. And I've attempted to make it easier for him to get around in the wheelchair here, but his mobility has really suffered over these last few years. And especially these last 6 months, he has had several falls. And my goal with DDP yoga is to get my body more able to do the things that I could when I was 20. I've kind of let my own self go. It is my choice. I'm not blaming any of the circumstances at all. It was my choice at the end of the day, because even when I lived in Kentucky, if he needed me, I would be here if I could. And I love my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl, and his mobility has really thrown me off, because he can just stand right there in the hallway, and then all of a sudden he'll just collapse like a stack of cards, like for no reason. It seems like, nothing that we can see. Of course, like, I'm still learning as I can about dementia and how this is affecting his own mobility. But right now, he's been in the nursing home. He got transferred to the nursing home a couple weeks ago. All in all, I'm trying to make sure that I take care of myself, and I'm trying to make sure my dad is taken care of, and my brother. And I don't know if any of you know. I'm pretty sure y'all don't. I can't assume things, right? A long story short, since 1996, when my mom passed away, me and my brother and my dad we got even closer during her passing away. And it's hard for any of us to really let go of the other. Even when I was in Kentucky, one of the main things, my husband, at the time, I'm divorced, but it was very hard for him to understand that sort of relationship, and that I'm going to be there when they need me. And it's just always been that way. It's my choice. I don't regret it. I love taking care of them. Family is very important to me. But in the same sense, I've heard many times it being said, you cannot serve from an empty cup. And the thing about it is, after my divorce in 2016, I got divorced he told me July the 18th of 2016 that he wanted a divorce. So we're almost at that 5-year anniversary for that. And, I wanted to get my mind right for any goals that I wanted, because my thing was, if I don't work on the inside, then nothing that I do on the outside is going to make anything, a success. And I don't want to set myself up for failure. I want to be successful in what I'm wanting to do. And when I moved back here, it was August the 6th of 2016, and my mind just, I do have OCD, so I mean, I do like to remember important details. And that was important to me, and I remember when I first moved back here, my dad was having issues with his health. So, I mean, we had to jump in, and as soon as I moved back home, it was like, I had to make sure that the lead wires in his heart, because he used to have a pacemaker, and I was trying to get that sorted. But I'm sorry if this is rambling. There's a lot that can happen in a 39-year period, so it's really hard to, get that across in a very easy way. But if I was to give you a summarized version of all this, is I want to be able to take care of my family the best way I can. In order to do that, I have to take care of myself. And the best way I could do that, from my point of view, is to make sure that my mind is right. So the first couple of years that I moved back, I actually went to therapy. And I found out that I have persistent depressive disorder, and I have OCD, but they felt in my case, okay, I didn't need anything other than talk therapy, because I love to write, I love to journal. Every single goal that I've been making for myself these last few months, they're written down, some of it's on the computer, but the majority of it is in these composition books. I mean, they're like 88 cents at Walmart, and that's how I do it. I just write out everything that I want to do. That way I don't forget it, and I've found that the way that things work with me is if I write it down, I'm more than likely gonna do it. And part of my depression, was writing down things that were kind of hard to say to myself. And I'd never want to get back to that again. So before therapy, I wrote down a bunch of stuff, and I know it's not true now. It took a lot of work. I mean, that's the thing about anything that you learn, you need to put it into action. You got to put the work behind it. And when I was like 21 was the last time I really wanted to get fit, and I was really making headway with that. I ended up getting down to about 190, but I got my dad's build. So that means like I get all bulked up. I'm not bulked up right now. That's gonna get down. And we will talk more about that. But my goals are simple. I want to keep things simple, because the main thing that I've learned over the years, especially these last couple of years, is that it's consistent. Whether you're consistently laying in bed all day, which I was doing when I was very depressed, or if you're consistent at your weight loss goals or your career goals or your business goals, all of that boils down to consistency, and you have to be consistent in whatever it is you're wanting to do. And for me personally, if this helps you, then I'm so grateful for that, because my thing is I want to reach back and help people understand that there is a way out of that darkness, out of that, and you can get into the light. But it takes more than just head knowledge. You have to actually put the work in and take action, no matter what it is. So I would suggest, if you like, these things right here are only $1, but this is like what's keeping me on track. And like I've written down everything in here that I want to complete, because I'm going to turn 40 on January the 29th. Right there. Okay. Or Saturday. My 40th birthday actually falls on Saturday. And I want to see where I can get my body at, because a couple months ago, my dad fell, and he was about to fall again. And when I'm close by him and I see it happening, it's like, I hate watching him fall. I hate seeing him fall. And I don't even think about it. I just reach out and I grab him. And when I did that, I actually ended up pulling my right back muscle. So over these last 5 years, I've had to lift him when he needed, and every time it hurts me a little more. And I seriously think that I've messed my back up because it's hard to walk around. Yes, the weight doesn't help that I've gained, but whenever I reach out, I don't even think, and I always end up twisting some new muscle in my back, and it hurts so bad. And my thought with the DDP yoga is I want to rebuild everything. I want to make myself stronger like I used to be, and to try and repair all of these aches and pains that I have, like all the way down to my neck and all the way down to my hips. Physically hurt. Mentally, I know what I want, but now I need to work on the physical aspect. And my end goal would definitely be to be down around 160. And I know it's going to take time. Rome wasn't built in a day. I didn't, gain this weight overnight either. It just happened. And my focus has been off balance. I don't regret having my focus on my family, but I need to get it down to more of a science, to where I can actually manage it better, so all of us can thrive and live a good life. And it's a tricky thing, you know what I mean? It's a tricky thing. But what I'm planning on doing is this. And so what I've done here, I got this just a couple weeks ago. I started this journal actually on July the 21st. And I'm working my way up to get to the point where, I'm doing this without thinking it anymore, because they say if you can do something for 2 weeks, it starts to become a natural habit, all right? So I'm wanting to work mostly on my faith life, because I do have my own testimony video. Faith with God is extremely special, and it keeps me going. So the first thing I want to do every day is spend time with God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to continue to grow in my faith in the gospel and in Jesus. And I also want to get my health sorted out. That way I can, do the things and have the energy that I'm wanting to do, because my end goal is to be able to, like I said, reach back and help those people that also are struggling, because I know I'm not the only one. Everybody's got struggles. And there might be somebody out there that's much like me. There might be somebody out there that's also a caregiver, or, you're trying to take care of too many things at one time and trying to make sense of this. And it's not an easy road. It's not. But if you have support from each other and we can build one another up, I feel like that says so much, and it keeps you going. I'm actually a part of the DDP yoga group, and whenever I finally posted all of my pictures, like my before pictures that, he says that he wants you to do. And it is scary, because I look at that and then I look at a picture of me when I was 21, and it's like, what the world just happened here? But I can get that back, and I want to see where I can go by the time January comes along. That if I'm blessed to be alive in January. But I want to live free. I don't want to be held back. And I'm not talking about career or business or anything like that kind of stuff. I'm talking about I want to be free up here. And I want my body now to match the way I feel on the inside, because I figured out my why. And if you can figure out your why and how you're going to do something, then that's just half the battle right there. And you really need, or I say you, but I'm not trying to push my viewpoint on anybody. I'm just saying that if I could give some advice, knowing your why, knowing exactly why you're getting up in the morning and why you're going to do this, that is going to be like 90% of the reason why you succeed. Everything in your mind, because what we tell ourselves is what we end up actually believing. And I believe that I do have value. I do believe that I have people who love me. And I do believe that I don't want to die anymore. That's gone. Those kinds of thoughts are just gone. Okay, because I didn't get to this mindset overnight. It took from 2016 till about 2020 to really really understand who I am and who God is. And once I understood that, everything else started falling into place. And now I want to live better. I want to be better than I was yesterday. And I don't want to compete with anybody other than myself. And it's a process. Progress over perfection always, though. Don't let the one person that really held me back all of those years was my own self, and not believing that I was capable of doing anything worthwhile. And as long as I was in that mindset, and as long as I felt like I wasn't being heard or my value was diminished, as long as I kept telling myself that, I was bringing my own self down. But I know who I am. I'm a child of God, and I know what I want. I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of myself. I want to take care of other people. I want to be able to look at somebody and let them know that there is light out of that darkness. We just have to step into it and really get a grasp of what's going on in our minds and what makes us tick the way we're ticking. Like, really bear down and figure out, why is it that you either feel like you can or you can't? Because no matter what you say, no matter what you say to yourself, whether you can or you can't, you're going to be right. Okay, so with all that said, my why is because I know I can be better, and I want to be better, and I want my mindset health, I want that to match my physical health. And I have really been studying how I want to do this, and I have been writing down in my journals and in my book exactly how this is going to work for me. First of all, I have to, until I get on this routine, I'm going to be writing in this book right here, this daily planner. And in here, I've already, in the orange, those are my meal prep days. And the person that I've been looking at to help me out with my meal prep is actually Dana Lynn Bailey. I like her a lot because she has the same kind of taste buds I have. All right. I love Brussels sprouts. Sorry if you don't like them, but they're good to me. So I'm going to be cooking Brussels sprouts, chicken, and brown rice, and I've got a lot of gluten-free stuff. I can't eat eggs, but I did find a very good breakfast to give me a pep in my step in the morning. And my other goals are to get myself off of soda, and wean myself off of those. So I've got a plan on how to do that. I believe I'm going to, I've been taking a record of exactly how many sodas I'm drinking, and I think that's a whole lot of my issue. Actually, I know that's a whole lot of my issue. I've got to get rid of the Cokes, or the Dr. Peppers in my case. the long story short part of this is that these are my goals, and I'm going to try my best, and we're going to see what happens. But first of all, I'm going to put God first, and then I'm going to hopefully reach back and help others, and I hope this has inspired you in some way. If you'd like to know how I'm food prepping and all of that sort of thing, feel free to let me know. And I'm going to actually start thinking of myself, like taking care of myself. So I'm going to hopefully keep on with this goal setting that I'm doing. As long as I write it down, and as long as I have it in my mind and my focus and God's on my side, I don't think that I'm going to fail this time. But it's not how many times you fail, but I just keep getting back up. I guess, I'm persistent, and I don't want to give up. I know what I want, and I just don't need to let my own thoughts get in my own way. And the only one that I want to be in competition with is myself, and being better every day. So I hope this has helped you.